Hello children, welcome to AIMS India's online classes. So in today's class, the first topic that we are going to learn is comparing fractions. What are we going to learn? We learn how to compare the fractions. That means we learn how to tell which fraction is the bigger one and which fraction is the smaller one. Now first, we have two types of fractions. What are they? Like and unlike fractions. Depending on the denominators they have, we can classify the fractions into like and unlike fractions. So first let us learn about comparison of like fractions. We have learned to compare like fractions in class 3. In general, while comparing two like fractions, the fraction having a greater value in the numerator is greater than the other fraction. Let us see one more example. What are they saying? The comparison of like fractions. Few children might have already studied in their class 3. But it's okay. Let us take it as a revision here. When we have two like fractions, what are the example that is given here? 5 by 13 and 11 by 13. The denominators are already the same. They both have the same denominator. When we have such fractions, we compare the numerators. What do we compare, children? We compare the numerators. So here 5 is the smaller number. That is why 5 by 13 5 by 13 is less than our 11 by 13. Understood? The fraction with the smaller numerator will be our smaller fraction and the fraction with the larger numerator will be our larger fraction. Now if you get confused in an exam that what should be the correct one, you can simply take a diagram, okay? Take a figure of the same size and shape. Now if I take 1 by 3 here as shaded part and I take 2 by 3 as the shaded part. Now can you tell me, children, which is the bigger fraction here? Yes, 2 by 3 is the bigger fraction. We have both the fractions have the same denominators. So depending on the numerators 1 and 2, 2 is the bigger numerator. So 2 by 3 is our bigger fraction. Okay. So like this you can draw a picture, draw two diagrams and see that in like fractions the fraction with the greater numerator will be a greater fraction. Understood, children? We observe that 11 is greater than 5. Hence 11 by 13 is greater than 5 by 13. Yes, this is how we compare like fractions wherein both the given fractions have the same denominator. Now next, moving on to comparison of unlike fractions. Now what if the given fractions do not have the same denominator? Suppose we have 2 by 3 and 1 by 4 here. Yes, do they both have the same denominator? No, the denominator of the first fraction is 3 and the denominator of the second fraction is 4. So when we have such unlike fractions, that is the fractions with different denominators, we convert them into like fractions using the LCM of their denominators. What will we do, children? We'll convert these unlike fractions into like fractions by using the LCM of their denominators. We have two denominators here, 3 and 4. So we'll find out the LCM of them first. What is LCM? LCM is the least common multiple. What are the multiples of 3, children? We have 3 ones are 3, 3 twos are 6, 3 threes are 9, 3 fours are 12, 3 fives are 15. The multiples of 4 are 4, 8, 12, 16 and 20. Now from this, what is the least common multiple? Least means the first one here. What is the first common multiple? 12. Both 3 and 4 have 12 as one of their multiples, and also it is our first common multiple, that is nothing but the least common multiple of 3 and 4. LCM of 3 and 4 is equal to 12. Now next step would be to write the given fractions with the denominator as LCM obtained in step 1. What do we have? 2 by 3 and 1 by 4, right? Yes. What should we do now to convert them into like fractions? They both should have the same denominator, right? So what should be the denominator? It would be their LCM. The LCM will be their common denominator. Now here for the first fraction, I am having 3 as the denominator, but I want it to be 12. I want it to be 12. Now how can I make it 12? We have 3 into 4 is equal to 12. Yes, we have 3 into 4 is equal to 12. Now as we have multiplied the denominator, we'll multiply the numerator as well with the same number, that is 4. Remember in equivalent fractions, children, what did we do? We multiplied the numerator and denominator by the same number. In the same way, even here we have to multiply both the numerator and denominator by the same number. Now what will be a numerator? 2 into 4, 8. The denominator is 3 into 4, 12. So 2 by 3 is nothing but our 8 by 12. The next fraction is 1 by 4. Again the denominator is 4. We have to get 12. How will we get 12, children? 4 into 3 is equal to 12. Yes, again as we have multiplied by 3 in the denominator, we will do the same in the numerator as well. So 1 into 3, 3. 4 into 3, 12. 3 by 12 is our second fraction. What are the fractions now? Before we had 2 by 3 and 1 by 4. But now what do we have? We have 8 by 12 and 3 by 12. Now can you tell me what is the difference here? See, the both fractions that we got now are our like fractions. What are they? They are our like fractions. They are having the same denominator 12. When we started with unlike fractions, and then depending on the LCM we converted them into like fractions. 8 by 12 and 3 by 12 are our fractions now. Now the third step is, what is it, children? We have to compare these two. Yes, if we compare again 8 by 12 and 3 by 12, the denominators are same, so we'll go for comparing the numerators. 8 is the bigger numerator here, so 8 by 12 becomes greater than 3 by 12. Understood? The concept of comparison of like and unlike fractions. For unlike fractions, the first step, what are the steps again? First step is to find out the LCM. Second step is to convert them into like fractions. And then after converting, the third step would be to compare them. Did you know that two fractions can also be compared by using the cross multiplication method? In general, if p by q and and r by s are any two fractions, then their cross products are p into s and q into r. Which is greater? What are they saying? Suppose if you are not okay with the LCM process, we have another way also to compare unlike fractions. In the example, we have 9 by 4 and 6 by 3. 9 by 4 and 6 by 3. We can compare these two unlike fractions using the LCM, using the cross multiplication method. The numerator of first is multiplied by the denominator of second. We've already done it for, what was it, children? Reducing the fractions to the simplest form. Yes, cross multiplication. Sorry, finding the equivalency. Yes, when we had to find out the equivalency, we cross multiplied. The same is applied here. The numerator of first multiplied by denominator of second. Again, the numerator of second multiplied by the denominator of first. 9 into 3, 27. 6 into 4, 24. 27 is greater than 24. So the first fraction 9 by 4 is greater than 6 by 13. Understood, children? Now if you remember again, if you recall about like fractions, what did we do? We compared the numerators. We compared the numerators. In the same way, now you are for comparing the products here of cross multiplication. Yes, how did we get this 27? In 27 we had 9 into 3, where 9 was the numerator of the first fraction. We give importance to the numerator. Yes, we compared the numerators. So this is the numerator of first fraction. So that is why the first fraction 9 by 4 is greater than the second fraction 6 by 13. Understood, children? Just cross multiply and then compare. Let us solve some exercise problems on the topic, children, that is comparison of fractions. Now first we have like fractions here. All the given questions are our like fractions. So it is easy for us to compare. We just have to compare the numerators and put the appropriate sign. If you look at the first one, 10 by 15 and 8 by 15. The denominators are same. When we compare the numerators, 10 is greater than 8. So 10 by 15 is greater than 8 by 15. Yes, again question B. We have 13 by 46 and 32 by 46. Again the same, children, these are like fractions with the same denominators. Now upon comparing numerators, we can say that 13 is less than 32. So that is why 13 by 46 is less than 32 by 46. Again, an important point to remember is that this rule is applied only when the denominators are same. Suppose if you have 1 by 4 and 1 by 5, where the numerators are same, you cannot apply this rule. You cannot just simply compare 4 and 5. 4 is less than 5, so 1 by 4 is less than 1 by 5. You cannot do this, children. That is wrong. This is applicable when only when the given fractions have the same denominator. Understood? And I hope you can solve the remaining problems. Next, compare the fractions again. But what is the problem here? That these are our unlike fractions. Yes, these are our unlike fractions here. So if we look at the first one, 4 by 9 and 4 by 6. Let us compare them using the cross multiplication method first. 4 into 6, 4 into 9. 4 into 6, 4 into 9. This is 4 6 are 24, 4 9s are 36. Here this 4 is the numerator of the first fraction. 24 is less than 36. So the first fraction 4 by 9 is less than our 4 by 6. So less than symbol comes here. Next 5 by 8 and 7 by 10. We are having different denominators, so we have to find out the LCM first. We have 8, 16, 24, 32, 40 as the multiples. Then for 10 we have 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50 as the multiples. The least common multiple here is 40. We have 5 by 8 and 7 by 10. The least common multiple is what, children? 40. So now the fractions should have 40 as their denominator. 8 into what gives us 40? 8 into 5. So multiplying it with 5. Again we have 10 into 4 is equal to 40. So multiplying with 4. 5 5s are 25. By 8 5s are 40. 7 4s are 28 by 10 4s are 40. So the fractions now are 25 by 40 and 28 by 40. Upon comparing the numerators, we can say that 25 by 40 is less than 28 by 40, which is nothing but what was 25 by 40? 5 by 8. 5 by 8 is less than our 7 by 10. Understood children? 5 by 8 is less than 7 by 10. So these are the two ways of comparing given unlike fractions. One is either through LCM and or else you can go through the cross multiplication method. Next we have arrange the following in ascending and descending orders. How to arrange them? Just now we have learned how to compare fractions. So upon comparing we can easily arrange them in ascending and descending. First we have 1 by 10, 3 by 5, 4 by 15. All these are unlike fractions. So we have to, what should we do children? We should find out the LCM for this. Yes, the multiples of 5 are 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. This is 15, it's looking like 25 here, right? So let me write it neatly. Yes. Then for 10 we have 10, 20, 30, 40. 15 we have 15, 30, 45 and 60. So what is the least common multiple? This is 5. What is the least common multiple for all these three? 30 is the least common multiple. So now let us take 30 as the denominator and then convert this into like fractions. 10 into 3 is equal to 30. 5 into 6 is equal to 30. 15 into 2 is equal to 30. So 1 3s are 3. 3 6 are 18. 4 2s are 8. See children, now we have left with 3 like fractions. Now can you compare and tell me which is the smallest one? We are arranging in ascending order, right? Smallest to the largest. So 3 is the smallest one, 3 by 30. Then we have 8 by 30. Then we have 18 by 30. We cannot simply write these children. We should write the original fractions. 3 by 30 is nothing but 1 by 10. Then we have 8 by 30 which is 4 by 15. Then we have our 3 by 5. So this is our final ascending order. In the same way for descending order, what should you do? After converting them into like fractions, we have to arrange them from the largest to the smallest. Yes, I hope the concept of comparison of fractions is clear for you, because now we learn about addition and subtraction of like fractions. Addition and subtraction of what children? Like fractions. To add two like fractions, follow the steps given below. Step 1, add the numerators. Step 2, retain the common denominator. Step 3, write the fraction as sum of the numerators divided by our common denominator. What does retain here means? Retain means keep it with us, okay? Keep it as it is. Do not change it or do not give it away. So when we have two like fractions, say suppose 13 by 19 and 14 by and 11 by 19. What should we do first? We should add the numerators. 13 plus 11 will be equal to 24. Yes. Now after adding the numerators, see this cannot be our final answer, right? Fraction will have a numerator as well as a denominator. Now what is the denominator here? What should it be? The given fractions have the same denominator 14. So the same denominator 19. So the same denominator 19 will be given to our sum as well. Understood? What was it? 13 by 19 plus 11 by 19. For the numerator part, we will add the given numerators. And what about the denominators? As they both are having the same denominator, we'll just write the denominator as it is. We'll write just 19 in the denominator. Now 13 plus 11 is 24 divided by 19. 24 by 19 is our answer. Here the sum of given like fractions. I hope this is clear children. Actually addition of like fractions is very simple. We just have to write the sum of numerators divided by the common denominator. We need not add the denominators. We just need to copy the same common one. We need to copy the same common one. Again, if you observe, the answer here is 24 by 19. What is this? This is an improper fraction wherein the numerator is greater than our denominator. Yes. So, if you remember from the previous class, improper fractions can be converted into mixed fractions. Improper fractions can be converted into mixed fractions. So, let us simplify this. 24 divided by 19. 19 ones are 19, and when we subtract, 5 is our remainder. Now how will we represent it as a mixed fraction, children? The quotient here becomes the whole number, remainder 5 becomes the numerator, and the dividend 19 becomes my denominator. Divisor 19, I'm so sorry. The divisor 19 becomes our denominator. So the sum of the given like fractions is 24 by 19, which again if we simplify is equal to 1 5 by 19. 1 5 by 19. I hope this is clear. Addition of like fractions. Now in the same way, let us look at an example word problem. Swati gave 2 by 5 of the cake to her sister and 1 by 5 of the cake to her brother. What fraction of the cake did she give in all? Okay, now what I suggest is, suppose if you are not able to understand the question because of the fraction, just eliminate the fraction and write and assume it as a normal number, whole number. Say, Swati gave 2 of the cakes to her sister and 1 cake to her brother. It is simple for you to understand now, right? 2 to her brother, 2 to her sister and 1 to her brother. Now what fraction of the cake did she give in all? When we are talking about in all together, we will add the given numbers. Yes, we will add the given portion of the fraction of the cake that Swati has given. So first, what in word problem, the important point is that we have to write the information given in the form of steps. The first steps would be fraction of the cake Swati gave to her sister is equal to 2 by 5, and then we have 1 by 5 in the question, which is nothing but fraction of the cake Swati gave to her brother is equal to 1 by 5. Now what will be our next step? The fraction of the cake she gave in all, that is the total fraction of the cake. What should we do to find out? 2 by 5 plus 1 by 5. Adding both the portions together. 2 by 5 plus 1 by 5. These two are our like fractions, right? Yes. So when we are adding like fractions, what will we do? We'll add the numerators, but we do not add the denominators. We just keep the common denominator. 2 plus 1 is equal to 3 divided by 5. So Swati gave 3 by 5 of the cake to her brother and sister. I hope this is clear, children. Why? Because just as we have done the addition of like fractions, on the same lines we also subtract like fractions similarly. Okay, subtraction of like fractions is also the same as adding the given two like fractions. So to subtract two like fractions, follow the steps given below. Step 1, subtract the smaller numerator from the bigger numerator. Step 2, retain the common denominator. And step 3, write the fraction as difference of the numerators by the common denominator. Yes, while we are subtracting, what will we do? We'll always subtract the smaller number from the larger number. Yes, we subtract the smaller number from the larger number. In the same way, when we are having two like fractions, say 4 by 15 and 14 by 15, We subtract the smaller numerator from the larger numerator. 14 minus 4. What will we do, children? How will we write it? What is given? Subtract 4 by 15 from 14 by 15. So the bigger fraction 14 by 15 is written first, minus 4 by 15. We are subtracting 4 by 15 from 14 by 5. So it comes next. What did we do in case of addition of like fractions? We kept the common denominator, that is 15 here, and we added the numerators. But here we are having subtraction symbol, the minus sign. So that is why we'll subtract the numerators. 14 minus 4. Understood? The only difference between addition of like fractions and subtraction of like fractions is there we added and here we'll subtract. 14 minus 4, 10 divided by our common denominator 15. Understood, children? 10 by 15 will be our subtraction or the difference of the given two like fractions, 4 by 15 and 14 by 15. Isn't it easy? So that is why if you understand addition of like fractions, you can easily understand the subtraction of like fractions. Now the fraction after subtracting the given fractions is 10 by 15. Yes, again what is it? 10 by 15 is a fraction which is not in its simplest form. 10 and 15 both have 5 as their common denominator. So I want to reduce it to the simplest form by dividing the numerator and denominator by 5. That is their highest common factor. Yes, 10 divided by 5, 2. 15 divided by 5, 3. So 2 by 3 becomes the simplest form of our difference, that is 10 by 5. The final answer, what is it, children? 2 by 3 will become our final answer. Let us look at our example word problem. Out of 6 by 7 of the pizza, Ali gave 3 by 7 of it to his mother. What fraction of pizza is left with Ali? What did Ali do? From 6 by 7, yes, he had 6 by 7 of the pizza, and from that he gave 3 by 7 to his mother. Now we should find out what fraction of pizza is left with Ali. First step would be fraction of the pizza Ali had, that is equal to our 6 by 7. The next would be fraction of the pizza he gave to his mother. How much did he give? 3 by 7. To find out how much pizza is left, what will we do? We'll subtract. Yes, children. See, again, if you are unable to or if you are confused what to do, you can just simply replace the fractions by normal whole numbers. Out of 6 slices, Ali gave 3 to his mother. Understood? Out of 6, Ali gave 3 to his mother. Now what is left with Ali? What will you do? You will subtract these two. Yes, in the same way, we have to subtract these two like fractions. 6 by 7 minus 3 by 7. Again retaining the common denominator. For the numerator, we'll find out the difference. 6 minus 3, 3 divided by 7. So 3 by 7 becomes the fraction of the pizza that is left with Ali. Ali is left with only 3 by 7 of the pizza. Understood, children? The addition and subtraction of like fractions. What did we discuss today? We have learned how to compare the given like fractions and also unlike fractions, and also we have learned how to subtract and add like fractions, but we did not learn how to add and subtract unlike fractions. Yes, that we will learn in the coming. Please visit our website www.aimstoday.in for other information regarding online classes, quizzes, live worksheets, DIY activities, English classes and coding. Thank you for watching our video. Please subscribe our channel and press the bell icon for receiving latest updates.